few months ago at Hot To Go, I won the Enjoy Wrestling Championship, something for 2 years I've been dreaming of doing. And now we're back at Bellum Brewing. And on September 6th, it's not only the next Enjoy show, but it's my birthday. And I'm celebrating it the only way I know how, by inviting 7 of the best professional wrestlers from around the country to compete in a one-night tournament for my Enjoy Championship. So Pittsburgh, don't miss out on this show. Don't miss out on this tournament. Don't miss out on this title reign because it's going to be supersonic.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run, boy, this will change the bag. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 972 Tuesdays. We've been talking professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg, at Sorgatron on the social medias, and the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I got with me from upstate New York, it is Mad Mike.
Hi, Sorg.
Hey.
I too am all out of money to give WWE in Paris.
You, me, and Paris have given all of our money to WWE, and they happen to be asking for more. But that's okay because we have VPNs. Also with us is the Enjoy Wrestling champion, Mikey Montgomery is here. Supersonic.
That's a custom one that I made myself. That's a custom intro that I've designed.
Yes. It's like the cameo of intros. There you go. Now, do you owe me money or do I owe you money? I don't know how that goes.
No, that's just the only way you're allowed to say my name.
Oh,
if
I
you don't
see.
say it like that, I have to sue you.
Oh, I got you.
Unfortunately, it's not up to me. It's up to my manager.
Who does the best supersonic?
The best one that I've heard is definitely Sean.
Okay.
Sean does the best one. Everybody kind of interprets it different. The way that I've described it to people who are about to announce me is it goes Tony Chimmel introducing Edge to Vince McMahon gravel. It goes supersonic.
I like it. Well, we're gonna be catching up. Enjoy wrestling.
Could I do it? Could I do it like the Fink?
Excuse me? Yeah, try do it like Fink would do it.
Supersonic Mikey Montgomery.
Yeah. You know, that's usually how it goes if I don't address how I want them to announce it. It's usually like a big U sound and then kind of da-da-da-da to get to the end of it. It's like supersonic. Yeah.
Big drop at the end.
Exactly.
I like that. Well, I'm glad you joined us here. I feel like we only hang out around Dungeons & Dragons, so it's good to have you back again.
Yeah, it's either Dungeons or Dragons or I'll see you on the Odd Show while you're scrambling.
Yes. No time to talk. Something's on fire.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much usually. So, we'll be talking up what's going on this weekend at Enjoy Wrestling. Maybe we'll talk about my weekend around barbed wire.
Yes.
And so much else is going on here. So, but first, let's get into what's going on. Of course, want to touch base the big shows over the past weekend. We'll talk WWE. I do want to talk about Ring of Honor and some of the. I feel like we're going to talk more technical things around wrestling, as in more technology around wrestling than wrestling.
Love that.
Like it's kind of an awesome cast extended or something, right? So, but first of all, Clash in Paris.
But by the way, I'm also out of money.
Yes, Paris. So I this is going to be an ongoing thing until they have to address it. I feel is this whole like
No, they're not gonna have to address it. You know why? Because people still spend them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If ticket prices are still this high and yet they're selling out every arena that they're going to overseas, I don't foresee them addressing it.
I mean, this is the reason why you don't see 3 shows in Pittsburgh every year anymore, right? Because that dilutes the market, and it was $20 tickets, and now it's like I go and it's like, oh, it's like $90 to sit up in the nosebleeds.
I remember when I lived in Cleveland, you would get a SmackDown at Quicken Loans, you would get a Raw at Quicken Loans, and then
like the Holiday House Show.
Yeah, and then you get a Holiday House Show at like the Wolstein Center, literally down the street,
wow.
which holds like maybe 2/3 the capacity. But I mean, and that's when numbers were not great.
Yeah.
So now when they go to a different city every single night, and they're
or they go to a different country,
exactly, exactly, and it's like there's no telling when they're coming back. That's why they just recently announced, like, they're like, hey, we're having live shows, guys.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, so they're doing live shows internationally. I don't think they're doing them locally. I don't, or
I think,
domestically.
No, they're
no,
not.
they are. Wait.
You might see the odd Super Show every now and then.
Yeah, like MSG or something, right?
You know what's so funny? I haven't seen the only ones that I've seen. You know what? Maybe
Mexico.
it is. Maybe it is the international ones. It's like the Road to Royal Rumble or something. I think those ones are international.
That's all overseas.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, they announced that during. Did they do that during Raw? I think I saw that graphic too because it was all Road
I
to.
think I saw it during France.
And also, in Rumble is in Saudi. Is that right? If I'm not
Sure
mistaken.
is.
There
Sure is.
So now you're bifurcating this thing, and then also like I started thinking because I'm really sad. I got my schedule for 2026, and for the first time since Dallas, I'm not going to be able to go to Mania this year, right?
Oh.
I know, right? So,
but it's in Vegas. It's like I can't afford to go to WrestleMania if somebody's not paying for it.
Vegas wasn't so bad though, because you can really get some cheap rooms in Vegas.
That's
Like,
true,
we
but
had
are you staying off strip? Obviously.
I gotta say, I stayed at Treasure Island. I got all my booking the Thursday before, like 2 days before, and I did not pay too bad for like, what was it, 3 nights? Out there.
Yeah.
So
You only stayed for. Does that cover all of WWE's events? Those 3 nights?
Friday night, I came in Friday night and stuck around both Manias, and I did Raw.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, stay, but that's staying 3 nights, and I took a
Oh,
plane
true,
out.
true,
I took
true,
a plane out after Raw with everybody else. so because Raw's at like 3 o'clock or something. So
Right.
because of time zones. So that was helpful for that. So versus like I think SummerSlam, we drove in, did SmackDown, and then stuck around for the 2 nights of SummerSlam. So but again, it's like I think it's one of those, now that you have SummerSlam's a 2-night, the other shows feel big. Toronto's probably going to be a big thing for like I was thinking about, like, why don't I go to Toronto? It's only like 4 hours away.
I feel like that's kind of what WWE is planning.
Yeah.
What WWE is planning for now.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do a show like domestically, meaning the North America.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna want to do it on one of these border towns. That's like maybe people come up from Mexico like to a Texas show.
The San Diego Survivor Series, for instance.
Yeah, for sure. I bet that's going to be a big hit for them, like for international fans that are coming.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Canada. Like I can imagine them doing it, like just outside of. I don't know what the biggest stadium would be out there, but like just outside of Detroit, or maybe just inside of Detroit, like.
Well, they already do Ford Field. They did Ford Field a couple years ago for SummerSlam,
Right.
so you have that.
You'd have to. That'd be interesting to figure out how many Canadian fans traveled to that show, which I think would be an interesting number. I wouldn't know how they would track that, but
They do somewhere, because they always say from 20 different countries at WrestleMania or
that's
something
so funny
like that.
because
too.
I feel like the only way that they get those numbers is if they have people at the gate going, "Hey, can you fill out a survey?" Like,
I think they do it. They
I
do
think
that.
they also
Right,
check
so-
like Ticketmaster returns and stuff like that.
Yeah, because that has where you came from, so that's all kept, and you signed something away to have that information, or even just Ticketmaster.ca versus com or something, right? Tina's reminding us, Survivor Series was in Vancouver, British Columbia last year, which is right across from Seattle, more or less.
Right.
I don't know exactly, but I presume it's a nice drive over the border there. So yeah, no, Yeah, it's 11 dates in a row, says True Prince. Only 4 of them are televised events. So again, but that's somewhere where they know they can maximize. Yes, they're going to be like these house shows, but they're probably going to have 15 to 20,000 per show. Like they places where they can absolutely maximize what's going on there and have fun with that. And who knows, maybe they are going to film it for some dark stuff or something later or something.
No,
too.
they won't.
No, they don't. They don't even bother.
No, they don't do that anymore.
No, not even.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
you know what's
No,
interesting?
they
Did
rely on social media clips if anything goes viral.
That's true.
when they did SmackDown in Paris. Did they do it at the same place that they did Clash in Paris?
No, I don't think
No,
SmackDown.
SmackDown was in Lyon.
Oh, okay, that makes
Where the
total sense.
SmackDown was in
last
Lyon.
show was, I believe.
Yeah.
The last major show.
Because for Raw they just left up the Paris set,
Which I have to say, that
looks
Paris
great.
set was dope.
And I
That Paris
really
set was
hope
dope.
that for these big shows, which I think that they're leaning towards, we're gonna see some cool sets.
Yeah.
Which people have been clamoring for online, and if we know WWE from the last 2 years, they love to listen to what people say online and implement that into their television. So I think that is going to be a welcome change.
No, absolutely. I mean, myself, I'm eyeing up Minneapolis for SummerSlam next year because I feel like that's a fun time. You're in the middle of the summer. You can actually do things. You're not going to freeze like we did in Philadelphia for Mania a couple years ago. So, like,
Still think when they do Minneapolis SummerSlam, the NXT show or something needs to happen in the Mall of America.
in the Mall of America, I'd love that.
But isn't there an
could you
indie
imagine-
company that
Could you
already runs
imagine
there?
if
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff hosted like the NXT's Great American Bash in the Mall of America?
Do you
Like,
think?
just sign me up already.
Okay, this is an interesting side topic. Do you think if Eric Bischoff came back on WWE TV, he'd come back to a Hogan style boo or Big Pop?
Now,
No, I don't think he's done anything
Ho-
to piss people off.
I-
I mean,
yeah, the Hogan boo
Yeah.
has nothing to do with
No,
him.
I know absolutely,
Like,
but
you
I'm
know.
just thinking in terms of fan reaction because like how many people this generation really appreciate what Bischoff really kind of did for Nitro.
their parents do.
Sure, absolutely.
So
So their parents will go crazy.
yeah. So, I mean, I think there's something with that. So, First Wrestling is the one that does the Saturday Night Nitros.
Right.
And this, I've actually talked to Swembo a lot about this. They don't film their shows at all. Like classically. They're just like, nah, if you want to see, you got to get a ticket. And they book crazy talent on
Yeah.
that show, too.
So it's got to be they've got to be making crazy money on it. So I mean, hats off to them.
They have they're in league with, like, it's at Mall America. It's a thing that Mall America helps put on. They're sponsored by like Pepsi and Frito-Lay. I don't see a lot of independent wrestling promotions sponsored by Pepsi.
Oh,
For
absolutely
instance, I've seen now our Baja events with SAE. I've seen them. I was amazed because I saw. We always look at the sponsors as part of my job is like get like the sponsor. Who's there, who's representing stuff like that. And I was like, why is Coca-Cola on the sponsor banner, right?
Well, I mean,
but there was a local bottler basically.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So I mean, Enjoy has gotten like local reps from like T-Mobile and stuff like that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah,
So-
that's right. I've seen the Taco Mania or something, right?
And then their AIW, I don't think they were allowed to put like the banner up, but I know that they were sponsored by I think like Jack Daniels or something, or I think it was like either a whiskey brand or a vodka brand. But I know they were sponsored for a show like I think it was like a Hell on Earth one year. So
That makes sense. I go a lot of breweries,
Yeah.
Just seen the Great Lakes thing, Penn Brewery, doing stuff with that too.
but like that's how you
know.
get into it, like the
Yeah.
local bottlers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I mean, the Enjoy was at Icy Light's Brewery.
Yeah.
That was tremendous.
That was actually really cool. I really liked working in that venue. It's actually if we did like a main show there, if we just sort of like curtained off a little bit and had like and got like a lighting company to come in and sort of light the thing, it would look spectacular.
Oh my God.
Especially with if you filled up that balcony with fans too, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a standing room only section.
I think if you moved it, closer to that balcony,
that's
right?
that's what I'm envisioning. And then curtain off sort of like that lower underneath area. Maybe. I don't know. playing around with it in my head.
I'm trying to find pictures from that day, so because it was
okay.
so freaking cool.
It was. I think if you look like a lot of the pictures are actually looking straight at the balcony from that right-hand side of the ring. If you're looking from hard cam.
Yeah, I was looking at mine, see if they're in my pictures anywhere. But anyways, no, that was a really cool venue, and Valium's another thing with Enjoy that it always had a cool vibe to it too. So again, back to the WWE thing. No, it was cool because it was like 30,000 people for Clash, and it was like 23,000 for Raw. You know, I love these big shows. I love this vibe, and I love when it comes over, like the chance of it coming over to America, you know, things like that. So it's a net positive for all this kind of stuff, and it makes you want to show up, and you will pay that price when they show up. You
100%.
know what I mean? So, you know, by contrast, I'm enjoying what AEW's been doing to feel different. AEW in ECW Arena has been, I've loved the last week of it, and we'll get into that in a little bit, of course, in a little bit too. So in the meantime, yeah, it's time. We got to move on from there, and we'll talk about the tech issues over the last week, I guess, too, as part of this. But in the meantime, everybody, thank you for supporting the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We have a lot of extras on there. A lot of times the post show, where I actually have a live stream going on around and in between shows and after shows, and while we're in the breaks and everything like that. So you can go check out what's going on there. And I do need to put something in here real quick. Anyways, thank you to everybody that does support the show, including our friends at the fan and show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as the Zoom is still killing the woo on the Mad Mike. I missed that. As well as Team Hammerfist, the Tupac family, Bubba Brewer of the Triple B Podcast and APWF, and Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prop Pop Partner. Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid, and T-Pop, True Prince of Pro. And at the Pizza Club level, The Riz, and brand new, welcome Justin Cleaver to the Pizza Club level of the Patreon. And at the manager level, Bradley, you guys can support the show too, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. They beat the crowd size from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Really?
Well, they beefed it.
They beat it. It just says so. Like
yes.
That's probably
from that
easier to
arena.
Yeah.
Talking about? So that makes sense. Her stage is really big, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot.
It's kind of
takes up a lot of seats. That's why they jack the ticket prices so high.
Yeah, there you go. Supply and demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about technology.
Let's do it.
It's two things. ROH had an issue over this weekend, and Stephanie did something that pissed some people off. Let's stay on the WWE for a moment. We all know we're talking about the pricing and everything like that. So, you know, I am an advocate for VPNs, I guess we can say. From when I wanted to watch AEW over on Triller in the UK to, like, I really like WWE on Netflix. I really like all of my WWE on Netflix because honestly, the local options, including my local CW network, are terrible.
I can't get it.
Terrible. Or you can't get it, right? Or I think maybe it's on Peacock and no, it's not even on. It's on CW app.
It's on CW app, and you have to get the CW app on your television, and boy, is it bad.
It's never gotten better. It's terrible. I didn't even the latest I'd watched it before was when NWA Power was just on the CW app. It was just I couldn't watch it. It was unbearable. If you have a cloud DVR with your local cable, I tried this with my mother's, and it looks terrible. Like, it looks bad, you know, through the local Pittsburgh CW. So, you know, ExpressVPN is what I use. I go to Canada, and everything's there. We all know that. It's the worst kept secret, right? Most podcasts I listen to that are sponsored by NordVPN or ExpressVPN literally tell you can use this to watch Netflix that you don't get in America. Like, they're not hiding it. Netflix knows this. Netflix could block it, but they don't, and a lot of them don't. So when Stephanie was doing an ad for, what was the which it was a VPN I've never heard of before. But they did the ad that, and this is probably literally the ad copy that was sent to her. I don't know. It was very specific to WWE, wasn't it? So I listened to the video because I saw the response, and I literally put in the chat, I'm like, guys, is this for real? Like, did she really say this? Because that seems wild that they let her say this. You know, it feels like she should know better. You know, I know we talked about it, like, kind of before the show. She doesn't really have a position, and she does stuff in WWE right now. But it is the Netflix is Surfshark. I'm sorry, the VPN is Surfshark.com.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's just not one that I'm familiar with. And, you know, yeah, VPN Shark. Okay. So you sign up for this, and the whole thing, she's literally saying, like, oh, you know, Netflix is the best experience. But if you're in America, you're watching cable, which is terrible with the commercials. Oh, my God. USA gave you a lot of money, guys, to get SmackDown. And you're basically telling them to F off at this point, right? And then I think I don't think I saw it in the clip, but it was like, why pay $30 to ESPN? Why don't you just have Netflix and this kind of thing? And you'll have all the stuff. So obviously,
Here's the reason I think that.
real quick. Some of the news is sources say some people in ESPN are not happy with this, since the ESPN is kicking off on September 20th with WrestlePalooza right in advance of this, and of course there is a lot of pushback on the pricing that people are going to get. And again, I know there's some situations with the cable that not everybody's going to be paying $30 for ESPN to get the WWE stuff. There's some deals or something like that, or it's included. I'm not entirely clear on how that works. But in the meantime, this is kind of thing. Mike, go ahead.
No, but I think they're advertising that because they were abroad. Like, I think that's the reason, because usually, like, the abroad shows have different sponsors.
So this was on her podcast. This is on her podcast.
Oh, it was on her podcast.
This was on a WWE, and also her podcast is on the WWE network of podcasts.
Yeah,
like an official WWE podcast.
Okay.
This is my. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But if it's like a standard network ad read that they have to do,
because I think
it might just be out of their control.
I do believe, yes, there's a WWE network of podcasts, but I think it's through another podcast company.
Yeah, it has to be through another. Has to be through another podcast, like I can't even, like, iHeartRadio or something like that. It's not iHeartRadio.
It's not that, but like, let me look.
But like, if it's through a certain thing, there's certain ad reads that you have to say.
No, but you're still held liable, I think, for what you say on a podcast. If it's, I mean, I don't know if there's anything not liable. I mean, like, they're still not looking at it that way. They might not be able to say or do anything, but they still think a certain way.
But that's something like every podcast probably has a Surfshark ad. So just to pair that off, the WWE podcasts in March 2025, WWE has partnered with Fanatics for these podcasts. So now Fanatics is managing them, just like they do Fanatics Fest and the merch and all that kind of stuff. Like Mike, you saw when they had all the Superstore stuff, everything said a Fanatics experience on it. Just like when you go by the merch shop at an NHL stadium, right? Yeah. Like everything says like they basically, I think Fanatics has everything at this point that's important in sports. So, which is really interesting.
What's interesting to me is not only does she in plain daylight kind of say that, like, hey, use this VPN so you can watch the product on a different platform. It's also kind of implied VPN, no traceability, maybe just pirate it. I mean, but that's not what she's saying.
Not entirely. You're still paying for Netflix.
No, but like if you're a network executive at ESPN and you just saw this, like, what's now twirling in your brain? It's like, not only did she say, hey, watch this on a different platform, she's also saying use this VPN to possibly pirate.
So I think I don't know if the pirate goes along with that, because I don't see. And again, this might be me just not noticing, but like usually it's just, for protecting yourself and just pretending you're in a different place to do something you can't do in a certain place. Like age verification is an issue, things like that, right? Literally content is not available in America. Maybe somebody wants Peacock for some reason that's only available in America. right? And they can log in. Like for you, we could go, oh no, all the WWE networks on Peacock, it's kind of terrible. We can log into the UK and buy the WWE network. It's not like illegal. It's maybe against a TOS or something, right? But it's not like a highly enforced kind of thing. So as far as WWE goes, WWE as a company does not give a shit as long as you're watching the product, right? Generally,
unless it's affecting numbers,
right? ESPN is concerned because the thing we just paid all this money for just told everybody not to use them, right? Through like a fucking McMahon that said this, it is and I get it. It's a slap in the face business wise, as far as this goes. But it is the real conversation. You just don't usually hear it from this camp. Every wrestling podcast has a VPN ad that's part of an ad network and says, hey, you can do this and go to Netflix and you get all this stuff. Because honestly, in America, it's really fucking confusing right now. Okay, the NXT PLEs are over on Peacock. Okay, the WWE ones are over on ESPN. Okay, but SmackDown's on USA, so I got to get cable, and CW's on my local network. So how does that even work if I get it? Like it's a mess. It's an absolute. Okay, Raw's on Netflix and the Unreal Show. It's not easy to be a WWE fan in America right now. It's really not. Okay, and there's stuff on A&E. I'm busy Sundays, and I still haven't figured out how to watch that stuff.
Are you talking about like
LFG and the biographies and things like that? So
Untold Stories.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. It just like it doesn't make sense, and unless you just literally have everything. And is WWE? Here's another question. Is WWE becoming... I just read an article about how Disney resorts have left the middle class behind with their pricing strategies, right? It's like, well, the affluent people are the only ones that really take advantage of this, and if you're not affluent, then you just feel like a second-class citizen if you're not buying all the perks at these things. Is WWE getting to that point? Is it only serving the affluent wrestling fans at this point?
Well, yeah.
Because they can all spend money... Each individual can spend more money.
Well, yeah, think about the past Saudi shows. You have people who in the front row in recliner chairs, and now they're having
sitting beside Jelly Roll.
Exactly, and then literally they're having their second biggest pay-per-view of the year now in Saudi Arabia.
Yes,
that's what I'm hearing from you guys. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's sit front row at a WWE event, and it's a full experience. So like you get to go stand in the ring, like you get to
hear about the premium live experience advertising every show,
every single show. They're like book your experience through this, and it's like $13,000.
And then it's sitting there at SummerSlam, like the stuff they're selling was they're running the TKO ads about the FIFA premium experience, which has got to be even more expensive because that's such a bigger thing than WWE, right? I'm just like, you just kind of watch this thing and you're just like, this isn't like everybody in my section. Nobody can even there's probably 100 people here that can fathom doing that, right? And they're all down there, and it's like, okay, and I don't know what that's going to manifest in, again, it's going to go until they can't sustain this. And this is going to be a bubble that's going to pop. It's going to pop hard for these guys, I think, because there's going to be a point where, because I was thinking about just watching Clash and I was just like, man, they really, really need to deliver on this experience and continue to deliver on this experience. Does this turn into a point where it felt like during when things were rough, and they didn't have anybody coming up that they trusted, and we just got Brock Lesnar and Cena and everybody coming back, and the Goldbergs and the Undertakers, because they literally hey, we need to make sure people are interested in WrestleMania. Please come back, Undertaker, and have a subpar match because you shouldn't be here. Because you listen to him, he says, I shouldn't have done those last couple matches. Stuff like that. Or what you have at Saudi Arabia. I think they're going to get to that point where the Romans have moved on. This has moved on. Now, they have a good structure to bring those people up with NXT, so they're stronger in that. But there's going to be a point where there's too many injuries. at some point, or too many people have gone off in the sunset. Your AJs and your CM Punks have gotten old enough and retired. Your Roman Reigns is, done with it, and they haven't filled those gaps to that mass capacity, so.
Well, I feel like it's in every other entertainment industry. Like, you have that bubble. Like, I mean, like,
It's a roller coaster.
yeah, like the immediate thought in my brain is like kind of like, well, like opera or Broadway, where it's just like there was a time where it's like getting into an opera was super expensive and it was only for the super wealthy.
Right.
And now if you look at it nowadays, it's like you can get an opera ticket for $25 and sit relatively close to the pit or wherever section you really want for a fair price.
Because the affluent people moved away from it?
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
mean, because it's become, it's like Broadway. It's like now everybody and their mother can go to New York and go see a Broadway play. Now it's expensive to be in New York because of all the things.
Because
that
it's
you're
New
doing.
York.
But like a Broadway play is relatively like accessible for people who are taking a vacation to New York.
Right.
But there was a time where a Broadway play was like the hottest ticket in town. And you're gonna have that with, I think, pretty much every single live entertainment industry, and wrestling has had several of those bubbles. And we're coming towards another one. It's everybody. It's like Wall Street. Everybody's kind of waiting for the bubble to pop. It's like every time they turn on the stock market, they're like, "Today's the day. It's all gonna fall apart." And then they turn it off, and then they turn it back on again the next day, and they're like, "It's gonna go." Like,
Like, it's gonna happen, and you're gonna have this. I think AEW's been a little bit of roller coaster with things as well, and that's kind of where it is. We'll touch on that. Actually, we'll move that to the next segment after, but we'll talk about Ring of Honor stuff too. But it's not gonna happen tomorrow. It's not gonna happen maybe even next year. You know what I mean?
It's so funny because it's like I can see this version of the industry pedaling on for the next 5 to 10 years, potentially.
Yeah, it's got a lot of steam behind it, doesn't it?
Especially if you're like, okay, the Americans can't afford this. What if we go to other countries? And
What if, hypothetically, not getting into anything else?
sure.
What if our economy tanks into the next year?
Yeah, I mean,
What
'cause,
if?
like, what it?
Then who is? You know what I mean? Like, if you can't fill 70,000 people, 60, 50,000 people in a stadium in this country, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a year, plus the sold out regular arenas, do we just have even more shows in other better off countries?
Yeah, it seems
like
like-
Saudi Arabia, apparently.
Yeah, because it's like, at what point does this train just stop? I can see the WWE train, like, through better or for worse, just pedaling through this, like, almost no hesitation. That it's like,
Yeah.
this machine will continue to grow and become more and more every year. I just can't. I've never seen it slow down since 1999. It's been a steadily. I mean, obviously it goes 2000s, starts to come up all the way from the 90s, comes back down around, let's say,
I'd say 05-ish.
05. I'm thinking 08 in my brain.
That seems right.
08 starts to come down through 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then all of a sudden, you have the new kids from NXT. You have Rollins. You've got Reigns.
I still think a lot of this. I saw this with business that we did. I saw this with the independents because like everybody was streaming after COVID. Every MMA show was streaming after COVID. Everybody, like I don't think you have as strong of WWE now if COVID didn't happen. If you're just on the same train, because you're just going to do the same thing you did. I think I think a lot of people reset their brain, their industry, their livelihood in a lot of cases because of that pause that we all took, for better or for worse. Well, I mean, a lot of worse, obviously. But I think a lot of people got to stop, steady their standing, and leap into the next phase. and that's where you're seeing this exceptional growth in especially professional wrestling, especially entertainment and technology and things like that. So
The fuck it, we ball moment.
yeah, it kind of was. It kind of like, yo, let's stop doing the stuff that doesn't fucking work. Whether it's I'm not going to work this stupid fucking job because it could all end tomorrow, or my job can say I'm not worth it. And I spent 12 months sitting on TikTok realizing that's something I could do, or getting inspired to do something else, or, like how many people how many people are the Joe Hendrys that took that time to get in better shape and restructure his craft and get better at that, and then launched out, and look at him now, right?
Exactly.
Because he was just random guy. You're like, he's entertaining, but I don't see him being a WWE guy like anytime you saw him. But he wasn't in that final form yet, and he needed that. I'm stuck in England, or UK, wherever he is over there, and I just worked on my stuff until I could come back again.
Well, I mean, like, I started wrestling in 2019. I had a year in, and then COVID happened.
And you're like, welp.
Yeah, there it goes.
Is this a thing anymore?
Well, because I was working through COVID, because there was outdoor shows and all that.
Sure.
Like in the summer and stuff. And
You worked with companies that, like, there's plenty of companies. Most companies here stopped and didn't come back until kind of late, honestly.
Absolutely. But like that little... those times when I was working at those companies, I felt like there wasn't a huge looking glass at me to where I could really take strides in figuring out who I wanted to be as a wrestler without really like a huge lens on me in terms of like people eyeing me down and seeing like maybe my screw ups and stuff like that. So it was really an interesting time to play with who I wanted to become as a wrestler. And like when we came out of COVID, let's say 2021, 2022, I like kind of had reinvented myself from when I started. Because like, Sorg, you knew me when I first started. I'm a completely different wrestler.
The Bitcoin boy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a completely different wrestler from when I started. Like, I used to think that a lot of my stuff was just like stop, start, stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah.
Like, fast paced.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
But now I feel like I'm a lot more flowy, and my stuff is more well paced, and I've developed into who I am at this point in my career,
Right.
rather than just trying to figure out where I fit in the business. Start of 2019. So COVID helped me in a way.
Because otherwise you would kind of slog through and just getting from show to show, week to week kind of thing, right? And just continued the course.
Exactly, for
Yeah,
sure. And it
so-
was just about getting to the next show, really. Like, because it was just all about finding work. You get into a car and go literally anywhere at those times. Like, I'd go to Indiana, backyards in Detroit, anywhere that would take me, just because I wanted to get out there and just try something new, do something different, have fun. Like, it was a really interesting time, because like I wrestled a lot of people that I've never seen after either, like especially wrestling like some of like the smaller shows in Detroit. Like there's a lot of people that like today, like even I want to say like the last couple 880 shows that I did, like they'd come up to you and go like, I'd shake people's hands and go, "Hey, I'm Mikey," and they'd go, "Oh, I met you at a show in Detroit," and I'm like, "Wow, I'm a completely different person from when I was back then." Like it's hard to even think about when I met you. Like not hard. It is in like it's tough to think about, but it's just like I can't imagine myself at that place anymore.
Excellent. Well, speaking of that place, you are the Enjoy Wrestling champion, of course. There it is. Mostly, usually people just kind of put it on the back. You're just like straight up wearing it on the couch.
I wanted it pronounced.
I love that.
It's almost as big as me.
Is that too? Mikey for scale. But there's a lot of stuff going on. And yes, IndyWrestling.us is I closed the ad. Is a sponsor of the Enjoy Wrestling this weekend. It's going to be at Valium in the South Side, a really cool venue. And you can check out, Enjoy is not on there because they have their own thing going on, and we're happy to be a part of it. But IndyWrestling.us, a lot of stuff going on, including 880 Wrestling debuted in Cleveland this past weekend. Effie was there with the GCW World Champion taking on Nick Wild for the 880 Championship. TME teamed with MV Young as TMV. You get it?
Interesting.
Yeah, right? You get it? That show actually debuted this evening at 6 p.m. We had the final out of that put out there. It's for free on YouTube. It's also over on IndyWrestling.network for you guys to watch. Also this past weekend, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about it in what I learned, we had the no ropes barbed wire death match between, I don't know if we call it death match, but it was definitely a mayhem, between Jamie Jamison and Beastman as part of VCW's return after a year away in McMecken. 300 strong, by the way, in the crowd, I'm told. So it was a wild show, as it always is down there in West Virginia. Definitely go check it out if it's not for the faint of heart. Obviously, with these two, somebody lost their pants. Because barbed wire.
And a lot of blood.
And there's a lot of blood. So there's blood on my equipment. I kind of expected that.
Can I give a spoiler?
You want to give a spoiler? What's that?
I think George does a stunner.
George does do a stunner. It's all over social media.
Yeah, dude.
And he does a tremendous ankle lock, too.
Oh, I haven't seen the ankle lock. I only saw the stunner, and I want to give him some pointers because there's a lot of unnecessary droppage and hip movement. That
Well, George is a hip kind of guy, and
He's with the kids.
He's I was gonna say hippie. No, that's not right. It's just there's a lot of processing as that was coming out, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, no. There's a ref fight happening and everything. Yeah. So it was two very different shows.
Can we get like a Joey Styles like ref fight?
I kind of wanted it because it's just like they do kind of like in the past they've rolled around like an old Divas cat fight.
I love those. I love those spots.
Between him and Josh Shields or Josh Main. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Whatever his name is.
I don't know. Listen, both of them sound like wrestling names, so so I just kind of go with it. And you tag to one, and I just don't know who's who at this point, right? So, anyways, so so Enjoy Wrestling is this weekend. It's going to be. Do not quote me on this, but I believe it's going to be streaming to the Patreon like we did the last show.
I believe so.
So that's what I'm pretty sure we're doing.
So subscribe to the Enjoy Patreon.
That's right.
You get live shows.
Oh, no. We're becoming WWE because we're telling people to go a bunch of places.
What are you talking
Subscribe to the
about?
network. Subscribe to the Patreon.
What are you talking about? We're not like that. We're not like that.
The Patreon's easy, though. It's like, I don't know, $5 or something, right?
Listen, you get so much bonus content. You get exclusive live event content.
The Taco Manias.
Exactly.
The Hilltop
Hilltop County Fair.
Yes.
Human Demolition Derby.
There you go. That was a wild one, by the way.
I didn't get to see that yet.
Speaking of bad stunners. So, and I think I told the story behind the stunner here on Patreon. So, but other ways. So yeah, no, it's an Enjoy has typically some of the wildest lineups in the city. Obviously, main event, you're there. Sunny Kiss is part of it. Effie's coming for this one. Jamie Senegal. Matt Tremont is on this.
Josh Bishop. Andrew Palace.
Yeah, like it's a wild thing. So, Mikey, what is going on with you and your championship on this thing?
Well, so I mean, the main Enjoy crowd has not seen me defend the title yet. I've defended the title. Let's see, how many times have I defended it now? I defended it against Junie. I defended it against Gannon. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Yeah, I've defended against those two at live events, but nothing taped or streamed. So this
only on Patreon.
Yes, only on Patreon. This is really my chance to show everybody what I can do for this championship.
And well, also want to mention, because I just saw the picture here, not in front of nobody, by the way. There's a view of Taco Mania, for instance. Whoa. Look at all those people.
A sea of people.
Yes, a sea of people in the South Side checking out some wrestling, and that's always a blast to see. I love that the street fair wrestling and high quality street fair wrestling. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like it's good. It's really, really good.
But yeah, this is really my opportunity to show everybody what I can do for this championship. And I say for this championship because I've worked so hard for this championship. Everything I do is for this championship. I want to maintain its heritage, its importance in Pittsburgh. It is the first inclusive world championship in Pittsburgh, and I want to preserve its legacy for the future. This title is so important to me. I can't tell you how important it is to me, and defending it throughout this tournament is going to be a test of my willpower, my endurance, and it's going to take everything I've got. But if I can't defend it throughout this tournament, then I don't deserve to have that title.
It's like you're having an entire year of title defenses in one night at this thing, right?
I got to prove to everybody that I want this title more than anything, and I will do anything, almost anything, for this title.
So I don't think the first round matches have been announced yet, but the participants have, correct?
Yep.
So
it will be a surprise even to me until night of.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's fascinating.
They're not going to announce it until you hear entrance music.
Wow. Okay.
The format of the tournament is it is 4 first round matches and then one 4-way at the end of the night. I'm not sure currently if it's elimination or if it's one fall to a finish.
So you have a lot of variables to prepare for.
Lots of variables. Been training very hard.
So looking at that field here, and just looking at real quick at some of the announcements over on the Enjoy Wrestling Facebook page here. So you mentioned Andrew Palace, Effie, Jamie Senegal, Matt Tremont, Josh Bishop, Erica Lee, and Sunny Kiss, all part of this field of potential opponents there.
Yeah. It's really tough to come up with a game plan for all of those people, so I really haven't done that. It's more just working on myself, just my pacing, my endurance, because I'm going to have to wrestle twice. So it's about maintaining. I'm going to be looking at myself throughout this entire tournament and just saying, breathe, breathe, breathe. Because that's the thing that I honestly struggle with the most in wrestling is I get out there, I get so excited, the adrenaline takes over, and then shortly afterwards that dump happens and you run out of breath. You have no more gas left. You're just sort of laying there. And that has been my biggest shortcoming when it comes to defending this championship is I gas myself out too early, and then I leave myself for the pickings. And then somehow, by the grace of God, I've managed to come back and defend my championship twice.
You are, and even when you got it, when you won the championship, it was against two, Billy Dixon and Sunny Kiss, for instance. So you definitely have done it the hard way.
Big match, Mikey.
Big match, Mikey. There you go. I love it.
That's a T-shirt.
Is it a T-shirt already?
No, I want to make it a T-shirt. though.
That needs to be a T-shirt, especially if you all respect survive this evening on Saturday. So because it's stiff competition. Let's be honest about it, right?
100%.
So either way, so it's a big test. And from all over the spectrum too. So because God, Josh Bishop is like 3 times your size, for instance. Matt Tremont is last time I saw him was a New Jersey show, and they were cutting. He was cutting his opponent and then squirting lemon juice on them.
Yeah, I made sure that when they announced Matt Tremont, that we banned glass, barbed wire, steel chairs.
So you're taking his weapons away. You're taking his.
Yeah, we got to make it fair.
Yeah.
What am I going to do to Matt Tremont with a steel chair?
Exactly.
Honestly.
So it's going to be fascinating to see how this goes, and also these are pairings that I don't believe I've seen a lot of. Just all the possibilities if you draw that.
It's
out.
a crazy lineup.
If you got your tournament crazy wall going on right now.
It is a wild lineup for a tournament. I will say that it's one of the most eclectic. It's an eclectic group.
Yes. Are you going to do like the old Super Indie tournament picture at the beginning with this crew? Because I feel like
I'd love that.
That
honestly.
visual alone would be amazing. Just to see all this crew.
We didn't
together.
think I didn't think about it, but we definitely should. I mean, because
You're gonna have your birthday hat on when you do it, for the.
No, that's a little too silly.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but like, here's the thing: is like you want it. What makes it funny is how serious it is, right?
Okay.
I mean, that's how I'm picturing it. Mm-hmm. Maybe the birthday hat is acknowledging how silly it is.
Do you get this? Is the winner get the birthday hat?
No, I mean, because it's my birthday.
Okay.
It's my birthday. Who else is going to wear a birthday hat on my birthday? That'd be so weird.
And then just to be clear for those that maybe haven't seen the ad, it's your birthday on this day, right?
Yeah, on the 6th.
Like the show is on your birthday.
On my shoot birthday, yes.
We're not kayfabing the birthday.
No.
So
We're not jobbing out the birthday.
not chopping out the birthday. There are some other matches announced. Amazing
Yes,
enough.
let's talk about
Let's
them.
talk about what else have just announced. Excited to see this. We just saw these guys do some crazy stuff. Some other places here. Let me see. Oh, God, if this will actually load the right way. I don't know why. Oh, because I'm zoomed in. Excuse me. The Runway and Holiday are teaming up again. I know Holiday was a surprise last time we were at Mr. Smalls with the Runway against the Best Business Bureau.
Yes. For better or for worse, they're on our televisions. Mm-hmm. Jordan Blade had to make a comment on the Enjoy Instagram, where she said that quad roller skates are lame and that she rides rollerblades. But what really that means is that you have no power in your ankles. So, back to you, Jordan Blade.
There you go. And I think that's the feud for the next show. Are we gonna? I mean, listen, we've had a match contested for the Enjoy Championship in high heels.
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
Well, so heel. No, not high heels. High heel. One of Sunny Kiss's high heels was completely off when they did the press slam, and I thought, what a woman. That's an insane thing to do to another human. It's almost like childish. Like, it's almost like, wow, you really let another human pick you up while they had one high heel on and press you over their head for multiple seconds, and then do a backflip. But that also happened to me, so
That's true. And then another big guy match. David Lawless and Billy Dixon against TME for the Enjoy Championships.
Oh, that's interesting. No, this isn't the first time I'm seeing this. It's tough to say how Billy Dixon and the Gavel David Lawless are going to come up with a game plan for TME, seeing as though TME have been teaming for countless years, have had countless matches together, know each other like the back of their hand, and
They've teamed so long they've had two different team names.
I think. Wait, I'm sorry. What's their original team name?
I think they were originally Fully Loaded.
Wow.
Fully Loaded? Is that it?
Yeah, TME's way better.
Yeah. Well, I think they changed it when they did a show at a high school, and they were like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Fully Loaded? Man, I don't know. Now I'm doubting myself on that. I gotta look into the archives
Something
on
like that.
We'll
But
look at that on the.
But I think I think David Lawless and Billy Dixon have teamed maybe 0 times. So this is going to be quite an interesting bout, to say the least.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm checking my thing.
Checking your emails for it? In the middle of my
I'm searching for that team name.
in the
It was
middle
gonna
of
bother
my Wrestling Mayhem show?
Well, a happy pre-birthday.
Sorry, we don't have a research department.
We do have a research department. It's like his profession.
I'm looking.
But either way.
Well, it was.
So again, it's going to be this Saturday. It's in the South Side. It's near the giant clock, I believe. So
Oh, yeah.
the now Iron City clock, by the way, too, right?
It's pretty cool.
It's and I didn't know it's the biggest clock face in the country or the world.
What?
Or something like that. It came up in one of the articles. So
Wait, you have to explain that to me.
The largest
biggest clock face.
clock face.
How does that work? Because you have Big Ben.
So it's probably in America because Big Ben. Mm-hmm. So there's that kind of things. We do things big here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's good for
It's
IC.
always
like,
bigger in Pittsburgh. That's what I always say.
after they lost the sign on Mount Washington, to Pond Law Hockey or whatever.
Right.
At least they got the clock, which I think AT&T had for a decade. So this feels better. So
You still lost the ketchup bottle.
off of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
What is it called now?
At Chew Field, whatever it is, I don't care. So
Well, they changed quick. I mean, I'm from Cleveland. They changed Quicket Loans to Rocket Mortgage Field House, which is just not a great name. Field House.
listen, I went to the crypto arena that used to be Staples Center.
Oh my God. What is wrong with people?
Went to the crypt, if you will.
Can't we just for these large buildings, just for whatever, can't we just keep the names on them and make them historical?
Locked and loaded. Teapot
Locked
with
and
the
loaded.
answer.
Locked
Locked
and
and
loaded.
Locked and loaded. Thank you.
Also, I'm seeing Rune's Goons
What?
Maybe being a one-off.
in old wrestling.
Oh, well, that.
yeah,
no, okay.
yeah.
No, that's
Yep,
a whole
yep,
thing.
yep, yep.
Have you done
Yeah,
old
that-
wrestling?
Have I done old wrestling?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love working old.
Well, what was your persona over
Dig
there?
dirt.
Dig dirt.
Yeah, so back when me and Eric were teaming,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, this is gonna break kayfabe for old wrestling, but I mean, we're on the internet. So when me and Eric were teaming, we were the coal miners. I was dig dirt and he was dug dirt. So the pretense and post tense of digging dirt. And so when Eric turned heel, what they did is we did a storyline where he got sent off to war, and he became Major Miner.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just recently wrapped this up with a coal miner's glove on a pole match.
Of course you did. How
Yeah.
Booker T of you.
So yeah, that just happened in Norwalk or Willard, one of them. But that was super fun. It was just a little live event.
Every time I see something from it,
Oh,
like,
my
it
God.
just, that and the old wrestling when they did the throwbacks, it never saw the light of day. But I remember when we did the throwback show for Impact Wrestling, and it was just a mess all across the board. And I think they just threw the
100%.
whole thing out. But Lady Frost was a barber. It came out with the Brutus Beefcake vibe, but she was an
Oh
old timey
God.
barber, hairdresser or something with the garden shears.
I remember it was the old wrestling show in Detroit. I think it was last year or the year before. But they got Dalton Castle to be the Phantom of the wrestling show. Yes. And I don't know if they had a plant to start with. But his gimmick obviously is that they take the half mask off, and then whoever saw him, they just faint because of how quote unquote hideous he was, right? So they had a plant in the crowd as he's because obviously he got his mask ripped off, so he's sitting there he's covering his face. Then all of a sudden he goes up to the plant and just unveils his face, and the guy faints. Then he goes to one side of the crowd and they all faint. Next side of the crowd, all faint. Next side of the ring, they all faint. Everybody, I'm at the merch table. Everybody in this crowd is playing dead. I said, they have this crowd by the balls. This is one of the greatest performances I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
It, man. That's it. We'll talk about performances a little later because you're reminding me of something that I learned for this weekend. But oh my God, Enjoy Wrestling Supersonic is this Saturday. Go check it out, and actually on video. If you're on the video version of the show, we're gonna go to the ad and we'll be right back, and we'll talk about Ring of Honor and why it's free right now after this.
A few months ago at Hot To Go, I won the Enjoy Wrestling Championship, something for 2 years I've been dreaming of doing. And now we're back at Bell & Brewing. And on September 6th, it's not only the next Enjoy show, but it's my birthday. And I'm celebrating it the only way I know how, by inviting 7 of the best professional wrestlers from around the country to compete in a one-night tournament for my Enjoy Championship. So Pittsburgh, don't miss out on this show. Don't miss out on this tournament. Don't miss out on this title reign because it's going to be supersonic.
For mercy, you are alone, unable to handle the pressure of forced mortification. Now let the torture begin.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are here Sorgatron with Mad Mike and the Enjoy Wrestling champion, Mikey Montgomery.
I'm going to keep slapping it because it's the only thing I know how to do when the title's around my waist.
Slapping it?
Yeah, I mean, like, how else do I show? Do I go, like, Vanna White or discount
Is that
double?
the Vanna White?
No, I'm sorry. Discount. I discount double checked it.
Discount double checked it. Okay, what was that, Mike?
You could shine it with your forearm.
There you go. There you go. You got good
With my
sleevers
dirty
going on there.
sweatshirt.
Well, you know. Either way, so well, you know, and you know, I don't like to talk about technical issues with the big shows, other than like just a reminder that shit happens on whatever level you're on. But one of the big news, you know, Ring of Honor had a really killer show, honestly, Death by Dishonor over at the CW Arena, which, you know, to me it felt like an old Ring of Honor show. You know, we've talked about, like, I wish Ring of Honor was still in smaller venues. Like, I think that's the vibe. I think that's where it hits better.
It just doesn't feel right when you have that, you know, that rolling banner across.
Yeah,
and everything just feels
It's
so
WWE CW.
open. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, Ring of Honor really felt at home when they had, you know, 8 rows of 25 chairs on each side of the ring, and you had some standing room only in the back, and the only thing separating you from the guardrail, or the only thing separating the wrestlers and the fans, was a black trimmed guardrail with the ROH logo on it.
Yes.
That every time you hit it made a bang.
Yes.
A
Yes.
Bang.
Which is what they did at AEW.
The thing that Nigel McGuinness bashed his head into and got fully knocked out. That's what Ring of Honor feels like to me. Like, when you can hear the crowd from, like, when you can hear the come up instead of down. It's such a different acoustic level.
Yeah.
Because then you can hear because then the bumps don't go out.
Yeah.
The sound goes up and through. It's such a different experience.
It's the right air. And I've seen you know, Chikara there. I've been there for New Japan. I've been there for old Ring of Honor tapings. You know, like, I mean, that building is the vibe, right? And I'm like, and even like you're seeing that vibe, like, it's so different when even what they're doing on Dynamite and Collision now, right? Yeah. Like, it just, everybody who is there for it, you know, definitely across the board. So it was a pretty big show. They had Paul Walterhausen in a match. So Hauser. God, I always fuck that up.
Paul Walterhausen, like,
yes.
he's in a team with Danhausen.
I Danhausen it all the time. I'm sorry, Paul. But you know, he had a big match, so of course there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this. So apparently and I was surprised at this. Like, around 9:15, I see a tweet on social media, just bouncing around between matches, and I saw hey, sorry about the issues tonight. We're going to put the show out free on YouTube. And I'm like, what issues? I'm watching on an Apple TV. I'm pulling up on my phone when I leave the room, you know, to go get food or something. And I was like, I'm having no issues. It's because I'm on Apple. Turns out, I guess, if you were on a browser, and again, depending on where you're at, there's different. Okay, it's through a company called Bright Cove, which is a back end, kind of like we go through Vimeo for a lot of these streams. So everything goes through Vimeo and then out to, like, your YouTube and your Twitch. And when we do pay-per-views and we do stuff, it goes to through the Vimeo to go to, like, IndyWrestling.network, and then also the, you know,
it's like
YouTube
it's a client, right?
It's a server that things bounce off. A CDN is usually what it's called. So Bright Cove is what a lot of big time companies like this ride on, right? Classically, we would talk about WWE Network. They rode on, I think it was called Slam. Maybe you'll remember it here. It was something that MLB put together, was the back end. And that's what the original WWE Network was on. Not Slam. It was something like that. But and Disney ended up buying it, and they had to move CDNs and everything like that, which was also probably a technical mess for a little bit. So it's the thing that makes sure when 100,000 people tune into a pay-per-view, it doesn't get skippy. You know what I mean? Netflix is their own CDN, something like that, right? So, you know, obviously there was a technical issue for that. They put it on YouTube, and I love the statement from Tony that says, hey, we're going to put it on YouTube. And he talked about, like, I don't know, it was in the media scrum or somewhere else later, but he's like, well, yeah, you know, there's a mess up here, and instead of, like, kind of him and Han over it, we're just going to make, you know, put the show on YouTube, and so everybody can see it at least, and give everybody a free month of Ring of Honor that signed up for it. Because obviously some people probably signed up going in this because we did have a big name on it and everything, right? And it's like, and we'll settle it with the company, the provider. So Bright Cove is going to have some explaining to do, and I would not like to be on those meetings.
So what were the actual technical problems? Just like skipping?
I don't know what they were. They just said it wasn't working on browsers. I wish I knew that then, so I could have tested it live on the thing.
That's interesting.
So, and now I've watched it on a browser. I watched it on a browser, like the weekly show. I typically don't watch the weekly show live because it's during Thursday night fights, and we're always occupied, obviously, right? So I don't know if there's any issues with that. I think once or twice I tuned in, it was kind of weird, but I think it's.
I'm interested to know if it was like when you pulled it up from the browser, if it was just like we cannot open this page, or as if you like. It pulled up to the or it actually pulled up the thing, and then like in the little window where it shows the live footage, it's just like, oh, something went wrong.
Either way, it was not okay.
Interesting.
Something was not okay to the point they decided to make this move. So it only affected a certain percentage. They're using web browsers versus like your Apple TV, your Amazon Stick, or whatever the case may be.
I'm interested to know what's going to be the pushback from the people who had already bought Ring of Honor. Because I know everybody is getting a free month of Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah.
So then what happens to the people who already paid for that month?
Well, I think
it just goes in to the next month?
No, the whole point is I think everybody's going to get a credit for a month. So
the people who got paid will just get their...
We're not getting a refund. We're going to get a credit. So, which is still
an extra month of Ring of Honor.
All that. Oh no, I paid for this. This was messed up. And you put it out free. Well, you're going to get another month. So, and again, it's like the shows I think have been entertaining. The MXM collection have been great. They're doing fun stuff on there, but it's just kind of like it's off over here, right?
I'm
interested, and it gets the social media, but
I'm interested to know like how quick of a fix that could be. Because like it's because like you were talking about earlier with like the network and how when they switch, I'm sorry, I don't know what you actually called it, like the
BAM net, the CDN, the BAM
CDN.
net, and somebody remind me, it was BAM that was the back end for it. Again, everything just kind of funnels through those servers and out to all the places where people
so
watch
like when you say they changed CDNs and that became like a mess for however long, does this month where they're now trying to figure out this new system, does that now become a mess for the people who have gotten their free credit?
It kind of depends on what happens next. If Tony just determines that Bright Cove is not the way to go, now app wise, and I don't know if the providers come with this. I do notice when I look at the apps, the app that Ring of Honor is using currently is the same template as what New Japan uses as well.
Like it's sort of the same looking browser.
Yeah, you can tell.
So you can tell it's made by the same company.
You can tell it's there's like, hey, here's just a general template, just like the Vimeo stuff kind of all looks the same too. That would like what we use for our network. Like if you go to somebody else that uses something, it's going to look fairly similar, honestly. You can customize, but still. And I have not gone into their app stuff yet because honestly, it's far too expensive for what we
currently provide.
We would need Ring of Honor level subscribers in order to put apps on everything, and we don't have Tony Khan money to front that. So welcome to independent wrestling. So that's the idea there. So again, it's just like, hey, stuff happens, kind of interesting. They've had pay-per-views. They just did Supercard a month or so ago. No problems. I don't remember them having streaming problems like this. It's just literally, and also I am curious, when just a little bit, we've had problems with Facebook over the last week. YouTube has reporting internally on the dashboard about problems there. I'm wondering if this was a symptom of a larger problem across the board with streaming technology over the last week too. Like, kind of that thing you always hear about, hey, such and such isn't working because Amazon web services are down and everybody rides on that. Very similar, right? There might be some funnel that all these go through, could be Amazon. Honestly, that makes all this weird. We had instances where our Facebook during our Awesome Cast before this, and then actually a client podcast on Wednesday night, both cut off like half an hour into it. each different, and everything's going fine on every other end. It's something in Facebook. So I think they ran into something like that. As far as a fix, when the show's going out, it's hard to fix it. Again, I don't know on the server side, but if like somebody tells me it's going here but not here, it's like I know on my end I can't fix something or try to do something without literally shutting the show down for everybody in order to fix the problem for some.
So then it becomes like unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it.
Or there's also the issue that I've had where we are starting the show and we're doing the most difficult part of a live show. And somebody gets in my ear and says, so-and-so says the stream's not working. And I freak out and fuck up the beginning of the show to find out, oh, it's that person. To which I say, never tell me that one person's having problem with the stream. Let me know when 3 people have problems with the stream. Because one person could be the problem for themselves.
It's 3 people.
But when 3 people tell me there's a problem, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, or they're just 3 idiots that don't know how a smart TV works. I don't know, so like that's, on the indie level, that's kind of my mark there. So somebody comes to me Saturday night, says like, hey, so-and-so can't play it on our TV. I'm just like, tell me when 3 people have the same problem on different devices. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how a Samsung TV works.
Exactly.
I've been on one of those where it's like everything doesn't work. You know what I mean? Especially at Airbnbs. So.
Oh yeah, no, there's been times where I've been at home and it's like, oh, YouTube's not working. Oh, it must be a problem with YouTube. I wait 20 minutes. Oh, YouTube's not working. YouTube's not working.
I was watching Collision on my computer, went to the Fire TV we have in the back here to watch pay-per-views, and just like, I'm going to sit down, work on my show notes, and watch the rest of Collision. Whole thing was messed up. Like, started the show over. I got a clip 10 seconds at a time to get to my hour and a half into the show. I was just complete trash on the Fire Stick for HBO. Didn't save anything. Got partway in, tried resetting it to see if it would bring in what I was doing on my phone for where I stopped. Started me all over again after I was a half hour in again on that device. It's just complete. Sometimes that app, sometimes people are like, this service sucks, it never works. Sometimes it's just that app on that device you have 100%. Is just a terrible app.
But and also the point I was trying to get to was it's a lot of the times it's just user error, because I mean there's been tons of times where I've been at home where it's just like, because I don't have a TV remote anymore. I just use my phone for the Roku TV.
Yeah, same thing happened to my Google TV when I went to the workout room.
So but a lot of the times, like, I use the same apps on my Xbox as I do my smart TV.
Sure.
So like I'll go to use YouTube on my Xbox, and then I'll try and use the TV remote app on my phone to try and control it. And I'm like, something's wrong with the TV remote app. I'll restart it. Nothing will happen. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm on my Xbox. so it's amazing how stupid stuff like that is. And then they immediately report it as, oh, the service is down. That's not to say that this happened here, but a lot of the times it is user error, or it's one person's error in a huge line.
It's like every time I have to go in for tech support and give a call to like Verizon or something like that, there was always like a release I could tell on the other side of the phone when I explain things to a point where it's like, no, I'm not an idiot. That is just doesn't know how this works. I've tried X, Y, and Z, so I know I've skipped about 3 steps on your side. And that's why every IT starts with, did you turn it off and back on it?
Buddy, let me tell you. So my dad lives in an apartment now, and it's an older apartment. The only thing that he has access to, the phone line is painted over.
Jeez.
Yeah, so the only thing that he has access to in the apartment is coax.
Okay.
So
it's stuck with cable.
Get on the phone with AT&T. I'm trying to get him cable internet, meaning internet that runs through a coax cable. 3 people I get on the phone, they keep sending the wrong. What happened to the days where?
Man, you're sounding like old man Mikey now.
Yeah, old man Mike, Unc Mike.
Unc Mike has arrived in the chat.
That's what Sammy and Leo call me, Unc Mikey. Oh, yeah. But I remember days when it's like, an old person would order equipment to their house, and without hesitation, the person on the line would go, would you like somebody to come in and install that for you? A person with a full SUV full of equipment to fix this stuff. And now the only thing that they're willing to do...
And they have cones. They have cones, too.
...is the only thing that they're willing to do now is get on the phone with you in front of a script and ask you the same troubleshooting steps over and over again, when all I want to do is get to the sales department so that I can get him coax cable. And it's just so frustrating to talk to any sort of technical support, because unfortunately it feels like they're not allowed to do their jobs. They're just they're being recorded on the other side, and they're being taught to follow the troubleshooting script and all that, and you're never getting any real help. It sucks.
You talking to a guy
I
that,
was able to have someone come and set up my Wi-Fi for the
Interesting.
new house and try to set up the TV. And he even told me that, like, oh, well, this setup isn't going to be what you need it for. You need a Wi-Fi extender, and we don't have anything like that in the truck. I'm like, what the fuck good are you then?
yeah.
Well, there's also, I mean, like, at least you had somebody to come out and tell you that.
Yeah.
It's like, if you try and call somebody nowadays, they'll be like, well, did you turn it on?
Yep.
Did you try resetting it? And you're like, I don't have the right equipment. And they're like, okay, let's try unplugging it and plugging it back in. And you're like, I don't have the right equipment. And they're like, is the light blinking?
I love when they tell you, like, why do you still have this modem? I'm like, why would I have known to upgrade it? Like when stuff starts working. My favorite was I upgraded my Fios to like 300 megs at home, and they're like, well, you guys take somebody out, make sure you have the right equipment. I'm like, okay, and they showed up and they're like, yeah, you got the box. I don't understand why I'm here. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
Also, my Wi-Fi router is not VPN enabled, and it makes me very upset.
VPN enabled?
So, like, you know how you can set up VPNs through your home internet so that you can, any device you have on that home internet, it's protected.
Yeah.
I tried to do that on my Verizon Fios router.
Yeah, usually they sell that as a service.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's it. Anyways, the heated seats in the car problem. Anyways, so, but I'm very, like you were talking about, I did phone sales, which I was terrible at, so I went into verification for a year. And yeah, I'm very like, hey, did you stick with this? Did you fuck with this person? And also, I was very off script when I sold Verizon DSL.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm like,
Well, wrestling fans, I hope you appreciated
well,
that.
Offshoot, that was a good. I haven't had a good rat hole like that, for a while. That's
Usually, it's
great.
only when Mikey Montgomery comes on. Do you?
No, it's not.
It's not.
You should see when Zeke's on. You should see.
Oh, I can't talk to Zeke for more than 20 minutes before I forget what the hell we were talking about.
Oh yeah. Old man Zeke.
It's just a couple of two old men just
Two
talking
old man,
to each
Mike.
other.
We gotta get you and Zeke on the couch.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Oh,
You know what's so
That'd be
funny?
3 hours.
Me and Zeke started.
We'd have to block out 4.5 hours.
Me and Zeke started at the exact same time in nearly the exact same area, and we've never wrestled. We've never wrestled one time. Never been in the ring with each other. Not even for like a segment, anything, nothing. Never been in the ring with Zeke. Isn't that crazy?
Gotta make that happen. Should we talk?
I keep fantasy booking this like thing where like every light goes out at 8:80 and then I show up, but it's just like nothing makes sense in my head for it to make it happen. I just think it'd be a fun pop.
Listen. You need to drop into one of these. If we get an outdoor Penn Brewery show, just to get in that background again.
I just want to have like an Austin glass shatter moment where I come out, hit my finish.
Oh my God! By God, it's Mikey.
And then hit my finish on 3 people, and then just drag the baby face over the helpless corpse. 1, 2, 3.
He hasn't been in 880 for a year. What's he doing here? Who is that? He doesn't even go here.
That was my favorite thing about when Reese was cutting a promo on me. He's just like, you don't even go like talking like a school kid. You don't even
when
go
you're doing
here.
like the 3-way thing.
Yeah.
Was it him and Nix maybe?
Yeah, it was him and Nix. He's like, you don't even go here. I was like, wow, actually, that's so true.
That was great. That's good stuff. Anyways, let's get into what we learned. But first, a shout out to our friends feeding our guests and feeding us, so we don't forget to eat. Because I know I do. You've seen me on show days. For instance, this is why I bring my wife or bring somebody else that I'm like, listen, your job is to make sure I eat. and and I don't kill somebody. But part of that is Slice on Broadway doing the good Lord's work on that first part. New York City style yins are made, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, and North Hills. You know what I've been doing? They're not officially sponsored on this part, but I now have a Thursday tradition. We've talked about before a long time ago. They opened a convenience store right next door called Tim's Corner Market. And they have some items. I can get my lotto tickets there and stuff for the last several weeks, because I also forget to eat when I do my 880 Thursday nights. So we've been grabbing the deli sandwiches from there. So that's been great. So now, like, Tuesdays I go pick up the pizza for the podcast. Thursdays I go to get their deli sandwiches. I'm supporting a great local business right here in Beachview. They got multiple locations for Slice on Broadway. The best. Last week they gave me a cheese pizza. I don't know if it was by accident or they wanted to make sure I had the cheese pizza, of which they won an award that is sitting there on the counter for the best cheese pizza in the world. And it was some good cheese pizza. So go check it out. Slice on Broadway is supporting the show since well over a decade here, and sliceonbroadway.com. And if you're not, just have them on social media and say thanks. Also, hey, please, if you haven't, I asked, and well, I didn't see them come through, but they said they did do it. Drop a comment. Have fun with it. Go to Apple Podcasts. Drop a comment on there. Give us a review. We don't get a lot of reviews. I think everybody is just listens to us where they listen to it, and it's all over the place. But
we used to, and we used to read them on air, and people would get scared.
Yes, but I want you, because I recently did this with another podcast, and they read my thing on air, and it was delightful. So please leave me a wild comment that will hopefully attract other people or scare them away. Honestly, whatever mission you want. Over on Apple Podcasts for Wrestling Mayhem Show.
But we will read it verbatim like Ron Burgundy.
Absolutely. Oh man, we used to get emails and everything like that. I'm going to see in a moment here if there's any over there, because somebody said they posted it, but it didn't populate when I looked at last. So we'll take a look at that here after what we learned. So what did you learn from wrestling this week? I learned that when you have your return show in McMecken, West Virginia, two things will happen. One, you're going to start the show with a barbed wire no rope match and bleed all over the place. And then later in the same show in six-man tag, you're going to have a mime invisible grenade spot. Same show. One of the reasons I love the madness that is VCW, or as we like to call it, Beastman Pro. Side note from that I also learned, because I was told, first of all, it was hilarious that this show is a barbed wire no rope match. And on the Facebook post, it says family-friendly fun. It was kind of the joke through the entire weekend. But as part of that, I heard, well, an entire Girl Scout troop is coming. And I'm like, are they going to get their field dressing badge? Turns out, they were there for their theater badge.
Oh, that's very different.
So they came to VCW, who opened with the bloodiest match I've probably seen since the dog collar ones in New Kent.
If you had to give an age range for these girls,
God, I'm not good at this.
you shouldn't be.
They were definitely at least pre-teen, if not a little younger.
God, they must have been traumatized.
They were eating. They were,
as blood hungry.
Said,
I
they
love
were
that.
feral.
Interesting.
Yes. They were coming up and saying hi to everybody on the corner when the good guys came out later in the show. I don't know what they were doing during the barbed wire match because I had other concerns.
They weren't screaming 6'7" like they were me at Taco Mania.
6'7"?
Dude, oh my God.
What is this?
It means literally nothing. It's just internet garbage.
Okay.
Dude,
is this like how we chant 6'4" at Dev Swayze?
No.
No?
It's just TikTok culture has just gotten too far.
Oh no.
At at live show. Well, at Taco Mania, I love when kids come and support me to wrestle.
Yeah.
What I don't like is when kids say Sigma or say 6'7", which literally is just internet nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
It means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It never will mean anything. and people just say it on the internet for fun.
You just learned you're too old for this shit.
I'm too old for
All
this
right.
shit. Well, I have a second one.
Okay.
So what I learned in wrestling over this past week is that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. For example, you can wrap Jey Uso up in as much layers of tape as you possibly can. You can't make him sell his ribs. You can't. You just can't.
Thank you, because I kept halfway through that match, I was like, isn't he injured?
Well, like, I'm watching him. I'm like, okay, here's a spot where he hits himself in the corner, and there's a broken rib, and here's a spear, there's another broken rib, and here's a splash, all your ribs are broken. You have no ribs left, you should be dead.
Lol, all broken ribs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Before I forget again, but I did have something that was submitted here. Dave Pawner did make this for you.
What is that? Oh, I love that.
Big match, Mikey.
I love that.
And that's you with your when you won the championship. So there you go. That's a model for your T-shirt, right?
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be more block lettery. I think, yeah. No pictures, maybe. Just big match, Mikey. That'll be fun.
I like it. From the chat real quick, let's get through these guys and again, so I don't forget them. From T-Pop, he says he learned that Paul Heyman struggling to untangle shoes on the outside of the ring for 5 minutes in the middle of a match is incredibly funny to me. Also, I learned that this Saturday we're going to have an incredible time at Enjoy Wrestling watching Mikey successfully retain his championship in an amazing tournament on his birthday, by the way.
Thank you for doing my promotion for me. I appreciate that.
There you go. Now we can have a clean out. Dave Pawner says, Sorg, you've seen families in West Virginia. It's safe for them. Yeah, the barbed wire. Zeke Mercer says, say Sigma.
No.
Okay.
Wait, you're watching? Go to bed.
What, Zeke?
Yeah, you're old. Go to bed.
You grizzled veterans.
Go to bed. No.
All right, this needs to happen. The Mikey Zeke show. Somebody book it, please. Anyways, where was I? Where am I at? Mike, did you learn anything? You need to learn something. Where do we start?
Oh boy. I learned that wives be crazy, man.
Oh yeah, yours or others?
No, not mine. No, mine is a saint.
Oh, I know where he's going with this. That was a weird way to start, but I know where he's going with this.
I think I do too. Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Oh, okay, different.
Oh, what are you thinking?
I thought we were still talking about the Stephanie thing.
Oh,
no, I mean that's another way to go too. But Becky Lynch just showing up in the black hoodie and blaming CM Punk for early women's revolution matches not getting proper airtime.
You know, it's so funny.
Not something I have on my bingo card.
You know, it's so funny.
But
it's the same angle that everybody takes when they go up against Punk, but they're so not wrong. It's just, it's so like, it's such like a, well, yeah, that happened to everybody.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But she turned it.
But it kind of hits different when Becky's talking about it.
Yeah, because it's not it's not a person in the same division as him.
Because it's like when, like, because I remember those matches when the crowd was checked out. The CM Punk chant essentially replaced the boring chant.
Yeah. Yeah. You had to make you had to work harder to make them forget about CM Punk, and they weren't doing it.
Yeah.
At that point.
No.
I don't know if.
Well, I mean, and also.
Go ahead.
It's funny because it's not even against Punk. Like, it's not his fault.
No.
It's more on the fans than anything else. But
Sure.
like, if you spin it where it is Punk's fault, then it becomes kind of an interesting wrinkle. Like it's almost literally the same exact argument Seth Rollins had, but
which would make sense that they share the same perspective because they are married.
But SmackDown is gonna be interesting.
I haven't watched SmackDown in like multiple weeks. Can someone refresh me? I know Damian Priest is on there now.
So SmackDown is in Chicago.
Right.
And Punk's gonna show up.
And who's
Punk's
he gonna bring?
Be there, and he might bring Larry.
Oh, Larry. You're ugly dog.
There are definitely some of the posts going by. I just saw a picture that says AJ Lee return set. I was like, okay.
I mean,
whether that's true or not, who knows?
Sorry,
But
hold on,
Ringside
on.
News Network.
yes,
if it's not, this is the biggest fuck you to the fans ever. No, I'm sorry.
It's like
I've told you about like raising your expectations beyond reality, Mike, and,
Right.
and not being over.
I don't care one way.
I mean,
or
this
the
is clearly
Like-
where they're going for sure.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
like,
I don't know, wives, and it's clear.
for sure. The only other person that I could have foreseen it being was Rhea, because I don't know what she's doing currently.
Waiting
Well,
to figure
she's
out who
not
the new
doing
champion is to
anything
face.
Right,
Well,
because she's caught in that.
The
like,
other thing you could do is have it be Crazy Bailey.
yeah, I'm interested where they go with that too. And then I also kind of like the triangle thing between like, the what are the Kyoto Warriors,
Kabuki.
the Kabuki
The
Warriors,
Kabuki
and
Warriors, yeah.
I forget her name.
Io
Io
Sky.
Sky. Sorry, I
Yeah,
get her and her indie name mixed up. But yeah, the thing with Io Sky and like all the other women in the division, where it's like Asuka's just like, why are you getting close to all these girls? I think that's a fun dynamic. And then Kyrie's stuck in the middle of it. She's just like trying to say something but can't. I like that.
Yeah, I heard I heard on a different podcast. It's like a weird soap opera where Kyrie's like, and just doesn't know how to react.
Oh, it's for sure. Well, I mean, just on the recent Raw, they had that thing where it's like Kyrie went to speak up, and then Asuka was like, "Come here," and then she
Yeah.
was like, "Sorry, I gotta go."
I think they did it like twice too, because they also confronted Rhea later in the show. So
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't see that part. I was grilling.
yeah, you were grilling. Oh, it
Yeah.
was Labor Day, so yeah, and the show was at like 2:00 or something.
I was having a really
that's true.
good. I was having a really good time grilling
Yeah?
over this past weekend.
I was I was catching marshmallows on fire myself.
I love catching marshmallows
Yeah,
on fire.
yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite part of the marshmallows.
It's
When you
been-
burn it too much.
It's been so long, and I was like, I forgot how flammable they were.
Oh, dude, it's because it's just
It's
sugar.
all sugar. Just yeah,
It
I
comes
just
real quick.
I just forgot we didn't grill it. We didn't do fire this summer. So
And my fire pit's overgrown right now, and it's too close to a bunch of bushes.
my mom's got a good fire pit up
And the
there.
last time I lit a fire like 2 weeks ago after I cleaned up back there, and my neighbors came out and they were just looking at me over the fence, and I was like, all right, this might be the last time I do this.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to in the city. So, by the way, I love that. I just peeking through some of the streams here, and I saw over on YouTube that Swemba popped in and says, "I come in here and we're talking about VPNs." So, yeah, old punk
Also,
would have.
I did learn one other thing.
Yes.
I learned that Netflix is scared of Monday Night Football because, at least from what I heard, the next 3 Raws are going on an hour early. to
That's
kinda
helpful.
counteract Monday Night Football. Yeah.
Wait. So they're going on early because they're foreign, or no? I guess they're back.
No,
So-
they're domestic,
Yeah,
but they're going on. They're going on at 7.
because Netflix, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? So
But they still hit that 2:30 mark every single week.
they were 2:45 this week, but also
I
I think,
also wonder.
I think
if
all the
maybe this
chanting
has
pushed
to
them.
do with like. I also wonder if maybe this has to do with like, maybe the contract for main event is up, so they don't have to film stuff.
And maybe this is me going off on a tangent, and you can end it. You can also end it pre me doing this discussion. But I'm kind of tired of the 20 minutes every show where you have, the person who's going to come out and talk. They sit and they wait for their chant to die down for 5 minutes, and then they talk for another 2, and then they chant for another 5. I just want whatever happened to an opening match on a wrestling show.
Wait. Have you watched Raw in the last couple of decades?
No, I know, but I would like to see some action at the start of my show. Maybe
Yeah.
do opening match, 15-minute segment, another opening match, just something to kick off the energy, because it's just like I'm watching the crowd get hyped for this 20-minute segment, and then the next match that happens, it's like crickets.
Yeah, because they all yeeted themselves to death, and
Exactly.
now they don't care about this
Yeah,
awesome
but I
tag
mean-
match.
They're also half the crowd is probably just there to get themselves over at a certain point.
Oh,
I wouldn't say it's that far. I honestly think they want to. because the wrestlers are there, they're letting it go. So it's like, oh no, I'm adding to the product.
And also again, I go to my last couple experiences, at like here in Pittsburgh and at SummerSlam, and realizing how many of the people, like I remember the person, like when we got into like the second taping for SmackDown, or what was Raw and SmackDown, right? They were like, like the person like woke up and like started asking questions about wrestling, as if they were not here for the first half. Like it's such a even with this cost, it's such a casual fan base, and they catch on to things because there's enough people to bring those chants over, and then everybody can jump into it because they're all at least sports fans, right? So like I think that is another thing we do forget, despite the cost and everything, is still very casual versus an AEW is very, I'm here for fucking wrestling, let's go,
maybe,
kind of
and
thing.
it's also maybe kind of indie wrestling has jaded me in a sense where it's like, because people who go to indie events like a lot, I mean, they see wrestling almost every week. But a person who's going to a WWE event, they're so excited. They want to have the full
Especially
experience.
the kids, man.
For sure. They all want to chant. They all want to be a part of the product because it's their one thing that they've been obsessing over for weeks because it costs so much money.
Because it's Disneyland now.
Exactly. Which goes back to our earlier discussion about how we're pricing out people. I mean, it's almost creating this price point where it's like, if you're spending that much money, it has to be the most pumped you've ever been in your life. You almost have to psych yourself up for that moment when you step into the arena because it's such a pocket digger.
And that's kind of like when we, like, this is our vacation when we go to like a SummerSlam. It's like, we're going to go buy the t-shirt. We're going to go spend like just freewheel it on the food. We know that the hopefully arena has some good stuff, kind of thing, and just kind of go for it, and just I'm not gonna go in there where like you're just hemming and hawing over the price of everything. You're just like, this is how it is, this is what I'm getting into, I'm buying the lightning pass, and we're gonna just have a good time and not give a fuck. Because we're on fucking vacation.
Exactly. I feel the same way when I go to a movie. It's so funny. I don't think I've ever left a movie feeling like, that was kind of a shit movie. I don't know why.
Me, I'm not. I pay for A-list, so I don't give a shit.
Well, it's like every time I go to the movies so few and far between.
Yeah.
That every time I go to the movies, I'm like, wow, that was a pleasurable experience. I love the movies.
You're going with purpose.
Exactly.
Because you go so shortly. I go out of habit. But also it's like, it's still my comfort place. You know what I mean?
Even when I pay for stuff at home, like if I rented Superman the other night, and I had friends that were like, it was all right, it was pretty good. And then I went and saw, I rented it for like $25 on Amazon, and I was like, wow, this is a good movie. It's just, when I buy stuff, I have an immediate thing in my brain that goes, I have to like this because I spent so much money on it.
I get that too, a little bit too. So, but also like something like Superman is like, no, I'm going to buy this because this is one of those. You have comfort movies. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to put on an old Ghostbusters or Ninja Turtles or How to Train Your Dragon is another good one that both me and Missy will enjoy.
I love the first one, not so much the next ones.
Yeah, we like got through this again. We're like putting it on and putting the sleep timer and watching like a half hour of it a night while we're dozing off, kind of thing, right? And I'm just like, why don't I own the third one? So that's now on the way on Amazon. So because it's cheaper to get the DVD with the digital code than buying the digital.
Is it still like Vudu or whatever for the digital code?
Most of them just go through Movies Anywhere, so then it's on everything. So it's a very
so they just give you like an MP4 file of it?
No. It's just you sign into Movies Anywhere. Hey Swumbo, it's a tech podcast again.
Sorry guys.
No.
I forget this is a wrestling podcast.
As long as it's not like a Lionsgate movie or a Paramount, I think, because they get weird and they're like all over the place. Sometimes it's Amazon, sometimes it's like they don't do Movies Anywhere, but most other providers do, studios do. Your Warner Brothers, your Universals, and things like that. Disney. You plug that code in the MoviesAnywhere.com, and then if you've attached your Amazon, iTunes, God, it's still iTunes, all that stuff. It's on my YouTube, it's on anything. So, again, you sign into Hilton TV. And
you got all your movies.
Well, yeah, like on YouTube or something. Although that doesn't work half the time. There's like an error code. But like hypothetically, where I tuned into, logged into my YouTube on the Airbnb. TV, and I'm fucking jamming Transformers the movie from 1985.
That's pretty cool.
Because that's again one of my comfort movies. If you can't tell by my Facebook posts.
You want to know what my favorite comfort movie is?
What's this?
Basketball.
That is on the list as well.
Basketball is one of my favorite 90s comedies.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest comfort movie might be the first Iron Man.
Oh, that one's pretty good.
That's a good one too. That's a really good one.
Like,
Tony Stark
Ninja
built
Turtles
this
2
in a
is
cave with scraps.
Yeah, like most Marvel movies are also in comfort zone for me too. Most in some.
Oh,
some
Phase 1.
Most Phase 1 for sure.
Yeah.
I can't get through Thor.
I like Eternals is not, and maybe the second Thor was a little harsh.
I couldn't get through Thor the first time I saw it.
It's yeah, but it once you get the Ragnarok, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, he becomes
I'm here
lovable
for it.
at that point.
Absolutely, Anyways, we kind of moved into Patreon territory here, so let's wrap the main show here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Mikey Montgomery, Enjoy Wrestling, Supersonic. I have to say it that way. I'll be like saying it in production meetings that way now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the branding at work. You're all over the social media. You're part of Top Rope Tabletop, which will be next Friday here, and hopefully you got a belt you're going to slam on the table when that happens. So.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to follow me, I'm at Mikey_Montgomery_pro on Instagram. That's the only one worth following me on, because the other ones are trash and or non-usable.
Okay, there you go. As long as you got your name secure across the board, because that's what's important.
100%.
That brand, so somebody else doesn't hop in there. I tagged somebody who left a platform. It was really embarrassing. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. That's why you saw my post a couple days ago about it, right? It's like, do not delete your accounts. Hold it, so some other asshole troll farm something terrible could take your place.
Right.
And then now you have fucked your branding, at that point. So. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. And also, I want to give a shout out because I realized I have not mentioned, go check out Big League Wrestling if you're in the Erie area. We're taping it. Won't be live up there. They got a tremendous show going on. It's always crazy. They always have a lot of people up there, and we'll have cameras up there for IndyWrestling.us for VOD and digital and all that kind of stuff too. So go check that out and check out the shows. The VCW show from this past weekend, 880 Wrestling up in Cleveland at Great Lakes Brewing is free over on the YouTube, and so much more coming up. There is what do you call it? The commentary track to the Reese Hayes, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes and Gavel David Lawless Iron Man match on the year anniversary just dropped last Friday. You can go check that out. I know T-Pop did, and and enjoy that as well. It was a good time filming that with those guys a few months ago, and I'm glad everybody gets to check it out there. A lot of great wrestling on there for free and otherwise across that. Please support us at IndyWrestling.us on the Patreon and everywhere around, and all of our friends too, including Enjoy Wrestling. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more